They get me up in the morning. They give me reason to believe I'm here for somebody, for someone. They make me feel so joyous. Happiness ain't a word to describe what I feel. Like when I try to give it up, sick and tired of all this stuff, they give me a reason to keep going and going. Like when I feel like I should quit, I keep going and going and going.
He said, she said, he said, she said, he said, she said, I'm not really with that. He said, she said, he said, she said, ask that little bitch on my dictate. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, I wanted to chop like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. She said, ask that little bitch on my dictate. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, wanted to chop like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. She said, ask that little bitch on my dictate. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, wanted to chop like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. I wake up, I put on my clothes, time to go check me a road. You touching this shit to me, nothing I really changed into something, nothing that's love. I used to be born like a bitch, I was ugly. These bitches that they wanna touch me, now none of these bitches be touching. The talent you thought I was spending alone, I was working the phone. The talent you thought I was bumping, I was just stacking my money. Yeah, the talent you thought I was down and out, I was not in the drought. I get that dope and ship it out, I'm everything gangster. I'm a Victoria's Secret, I got the key to the streets. I got some niggas be trapping, they wanted, they coming to me. Look, that bitch said she want me to fuck with this, like I be fucking the beat. I told her that me and my nigga gon' be there at 23. My diamonds come away from the Mayans, and I run the street with some lions. I chop like I want me a Kanye, and rap like I want me a don't say no shit on the internet, you ain't gon' say to my face. Look, these industry niggas be pussy, and I'm trying to give me a taste. She said, I said, little bitch, on my dictates. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, wanted to chop like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. She said, I said, look bitch, on my dictates. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, wanted to chop like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. Chopping, that's my reputation. I like chopping, that's my reputation. I like I'm gonna swing first. Repetition, I might kill us first. Repetition, they know me, they know my repetition. Michael James, repetition. I turn my grandma's house to trap house, that's my reputation. I got court cases, jail cases, reputation. They know me, they know my reputation. She said, said, look, bitch, I might do that. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, running the trap like relay, get it through the middle like Trey. She said, I said, look, bitch, I might do that. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, running the trap like relay, get it through the middle like Trey. He said, she said, he said, he said, she said, he said, she said, I'm not really with that. He said, she said, I'm not really with that. He said, she said, he said, she said, ask that little bitch on my details. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, running the trap like relay, get through the mail like eBay. She said, body busy like the top of she said, body niggas like the top of she said, I'm not really with that. He said, she said, body niggas like the top of body busy like the top of yeah, he said, she said, she said, hey, we ain't got my real signals like this. Yeah.
All right, what's good with it, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Shout out Nina Ray, Mama Justice, Liz Lyon, JJ, Linda Amos. What's good with it? A mini yeah, I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I didn't. Shout out to you. What's good with it? Milano Love. What's good with it, everybody? Queen Miko. How everybody doing? All right, can y'all hear me? Can my people hear me? Does it sound okay? We need the sound to be on point. Okay, all right. Y'all saw that screen share where the said if you don't think that the human population is being systematically dumbed down, you may have been systematically dumbed down. That's cold-blooded right there, ain't it? That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Makes a lot of sense though, because hey, they doing us in. Let me get off into something to start it off. Y'all, well, first of all, we already know a lot of things. And I gotta say a lot because we do know a lot. But y'all, some of these people that we thought met around the time that most of us met on YouTube, they didn't. We knew each other way before. They was doing work together way before. And I'm gonna prove it. I'm talking about they was doing the same type of stuff way before. They was doing this type of stuff about 4 years ago. Exactly. The same people. Y'all think I'm kidding? Do I ever kid with y'all? Yeah, we're finna get into it. They lit the fuse. Hey. Let's get into this. Now, like I said, these people knew each other. Well, it could have been longer, but, you know, We finna prove that it was 4 years ago, and they were doing this same thing. Talking about Zach and Jedediah. So a lot of us thought that when Jedediah popped up, and I just told y'all the other night, a lot of us thought that he popped up last year. I mean, well, before that, but, you know, in this situation. But no, it's deeper and darker. Check it out.
My name is Jedediah Brown, pastor of Chosen Generation, national president of Young Leaders Alliance. So last Monday, when I left the conference that was at Diane Latica's Kids Off the Block with the mayor and a few other community leaders at a prayer vigil, I know.
Now, excuse me. This is a well, we know who this creep is. This is Jedediah again, and he's doing an interview. Like I said, about 4 years ago. But what's more importantly, we want to know who's doing the interview. We want to know everything. So, this channel is Zach TV and News. Published. As a matter of fact, y'all, this is my birthday, July 14th. That's crazy. But look at this. This is the name of the page. And this was when this was posted. And this is Jedediah. So that right there proved that what I just said.
Noticed that while we were there talking about how we must stop the violence, she had a for rent sign on her business, and I kind of felt bad, and I thought that it was insulting.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. And I've been meaning to tell y'all this. It just has been slipping my mind. But let me tell y'all something. One thing about Chicago, and I've been here all my life, still here right now. One thing about Chicago, the city where I'm from, my city is full of, don't want to use the word corruption because it seems like that's too little of a word. Got to use another word. It's full of bullshit. Now, and then we're going to say, yeah, all of our cities are full of, which is true. Everybody's city's full of it. But what's more to that is that the people is full of it. So what I'm saying, due to me being in Chicago all my life, you got guys like this guy on the screen. He's a bullshitter. Excuse my language. But that's the rawest I can put it. The rawest way I can put it. I mean, to y'all, because y'all my people, and there's no reason, there's no need of none of that to sugarcoat nothing. We know how we do it. Let's see what this clown talking about.
That we would be doing a press conference to stop the violence, and then while we're allowing an opportunity for...
Stop it one more time real quick. I told y'all the other night, look at him, he's press conferences. He's at the Donald Trump convention. I told y'all the other night. He made it all the way up to the podium. It's like a black man storming inside of a Klan convention. It's not possible. They would have took him down at the gate. But instead, he made it all the way up on the stage to the podium so the world can see this. What is he doing?
for even the young people of Roseland to be taken away from them or to be threatened to be taken away. So I went out with some guys that I know, or made some phone calls, and found out that some guys that I knew were on the west side, because I was already on the west side. I had just got done having lunch with a pastor on the west side. And while we were outside, a car pulled up. It's kind of dark outside. And the car pulled up.
One thing about these scammers like him, and trust me, he's watching this right now. I know he is. He was watching us before the last protest. And when I stood right in front of his face and said something to him, if he had anything to ask me or say or anything, that was his chance. And I'm quite sure he'll have many more chances. But that's besides the point. But this guy on the screen right here is a person that I believe is being strictly used against us. But he come under the pretense as if he's for us. I'm telling y'all, they're here to take us down. All they do is preach peace, solutions, and fight for this, stand for this. Everything they do, no results come from it. They don't do, that's because they not doing nothing real. All they want to do is get in front of the camera. That's all they want to do. Get in front of the camera, make some noise, start their fundraisers, they PayPals, and all that. It's a game to these people. Did y'all hear what I just said? All they want to do is be in front of the camera and promote what they're doing. You know they can't be serious. There's no way they can be serious. What they gonna tell us? They gonna go out and protest a power plant and then go right back home and use electricity? That's a scam. What they gonna do? Go out and protest pollution and then jump their ass right in their car and start it up? It's a scam. What they gonna go protest cutting down trees and then go start the report on paper? It's a scam. And we have to stop falling for it, especially from people like, if we say that these people are smart at what they're doing, then at the same time we saying we dumb. And we know they not. Nowhere near smart. Look how we all over them.
A little bit past me. And when the car pulled up, the two gentlemen that was in the car began to have a conversation with one of the gentlemen that was with me. And they had a little bit of an exchange. I didn't hear exactly what they said. And I yelled. I said, "We're not on that today." When I did that, that car drove off. That young man that they were talking to, he asked me, could he see my phone? He wanted to see my phone because he wanted to call for other people in the area that he knew. I did not know at the time. I know now because he had already knew that they had beef. I didn't know they had beef. So that it was not, it was an isolated incident. It wasn't random. So I gave him my phone, and as soon as I unlocked it, I said, "This is how you unlock my phone." And I put my phone in his hand. That's when the car had came back and they were shooting. When we started hearing the shooting, we thought it was fireworks until, you know, we and everything's happening fast, turn around and see, no, we actually being shot at. So we kind of dispersed. I
just had to pause. So what he just told us, they hear shots go off, but they confuse them with fireworks, which the two sound nothing alike. But what he's doing is trying to draw you into what he's about to say. He's trying to stir up your emotions. Y'all, these are, how can I say it? These are military tactics that they're using, y'all. Trust me. These fools didn't learn this on their own. What they doing? None of them. If there's no opportunities in our communities for these chumps like him to do anything. And then when the people come to him and say, man, we'll give you some money to do this, what do you think they gonna do? Most of them. I'm gonna tell y'all what they gonna do. What we're seeing now, the bullshit that they doing. Excuse my language. That's what it is. This fools like him are gonna be around kicking a horse shit as long as we allow them to. You can't tell me one thing that him or anybody else that we know now to be these fake activists, ain't one thing that they done that's real. Everything they touch turns to garbage. That's not by coincidence. And they know it.
In our different ways we disperse.
Let me say this. Do y'all remember when the interview happened with Andre Williams? And Andre Williams came up on the panel and told everybody, told us all that when they were in Rosemont, he got a call from a Rosemont representative and they offered him his own community center. Do y'all recall that? Now, so if Andre Williams telling us that Rosemont offered him a community center just to stop the protest, and he told us he didn't take it, so we see Jamal Green, he pops up with one. What does that tell us? Come on, y'all. These clowns with no makeup.
And I'm just basically roaming the park. I was very shaken up by it. I got to be honest, I was afraid that I thought I was going to lose my life while I was being shot. So I took a moment to thank God and look for the guys. When I looked for the guys, I found everybody. One by one, really, we found each other, thinking that each other had got shot. I found a young man who actually had my phone. He was crying.
And see, didn't I say in the beginning how he was going to, he buttered it up. He greased it up real good. And he lured everybody in. He hit the emotional. It's like he was throwing punches. One punch, the emotional side of you. He hit the emotional spot. Then he hit the anger spot. Then he hit the sensitive spot. All this to draw us in. So if we constantly seeing them pop up everywhere, it's going to go from a point where who is this guy to that's Jedediah Brown. And that's what happened. We know today that people like him, and it's millions of them, there's no way that they can be for real. Ain't no way. It'll show, but it's not showing. I just said everything they touch turned to garbage.
And when we got back to the vehicle that I was driving, which was a rental car because I had just also came right off of the road from Atlanta, Georgia, when I did the press conference that led to me going out, that led to the shooting. And when I got back to the car, I plugged in my phone. And once I plugged in my phone, literally just notifications everywhere about people saying, am I okay? On Facebook, my voicemail was full, my text messages was full. And I had got the call. When I put the phone in, I got the call from my mother. And my mother asked me not to say anything to anybody. Don't respond to nobody. Don't answer any calls. Don't do anything on Facebook. But to get to them, where my family was, which was at the building where Young Leaders Alliance was. And when I got there, it was a bunch of people outside from Young Leaders Alliance, from my family, from the community, that had both been at the chapter and at my home. And the rest is history. Well, after my mother told me, my mother asked.
I think we get the picture. We get the picture. But y'all see what I'm saying? He's been around. This fool been working his number for a minute. And that channel says Zach TV News. Now, I can say right behind what I just said, if I would have said, and it says Zach TV News, hey, that's what it is. Now, forget that. That say Zach TV News, and we clearly see what it is. I want y'all to go check it out for yourself. Go check it out when the page was made, when the channel was made, and all of that. But what we just did, we checked out this clown, Jedediah Brown. We know who he is. Can't call him a coon. That's giving him credit. Got to be something more severe. For all of them. Do y'all remember? I'm not going back, but I'm finna shed a little light on Lamont to show you how foolish this guy is. And he's foolish to us because he's being told to be foolish, basically. He involved himself in this. So, do y'all recall back when he had got arrested, and then immediately after he got released, he got on camera. I just said it, y'all. They got to be on camera. Being on camera is part of their tactic. So now they advance. So being on YouTube is part of their tactic. They got to reach the masses. Let's not forget that. Do y'all recall when Lamont got out of jail and then he immediately went on YouTube and said, y'all, Rosemont police is some of the best police I ever met in my life. They put Chicago police to shame. I ain't never been treated like that. Do y'all recall when he said that? Because he said it. I just want to see. Oh, right. Okay. So do y'all know in the same sentence? See, here's the tactic. When he said that, that was part of the tactic. But right behind that, and I want y'all to pull this up on YouTube if y'all think I'm bullshitting. I'm trying to tell y'all about these boys. In the same sentence, that dude looked us right in the face and said, y'all finna hear the truth. Y'all think this organ harvesting stuff is a joke? I'm not playing and I'm not lying. Watch what's about to be revealed. Fool, you just told us you got the best treatment in your life in Rosemont. And then you turn right around in the same sentence and tell us what's about to be revealed about some organ harvesting? What is he doing? No. Not what is he doing. What did we allow him to do? That's what I mean. We allowed this fool to tell us that, then turn right around in the same sentence. He done it, y'all, because it was a tactic. It was a tactic. That fool don't know how to do that. None of them. That's why what they were doing seemed above our thinking. They was using a military tactic on our ass. It was in a covert operation against us. I told y'all the other day, people that's in our community look like us, dress like us, possibly we seeing and communicating and coming in contact with these people every day, y'all. They ain't what they seem to be. I'm telling y'all, we seeing it. We seeing it, y'all. And these fools getting... These fools ain't on nothing. It's the best way I can say it. It's the best way I can say it. They ain't on nothing.
I hold that to be self-evident, Brother Franklin. All men are created equal. Indeed, Brother Washington.
Now, I want y'all to watch this and just watch how they throw signs and symbols in our face. And I told y'all they start brainwashing us all the way from grade school. From the second we walk our asses up in them schools, the brain, before that. But I'm talking about the inside the facilities, which is really called schools, where they start brainwashing. But look how they do it.
All Freemasons meet as equals, and we have an opportunity to create a nation in the very essence of Masonic morality. It would be wonderfully symbolic, don't you think?
You'll be wanting to put the all-seeing eye on our banknotes next.
You think I'm taking it a bit far?
Please don't ask me questions like that, Brother Franklin. You know I cannot tell a lie.
Oh, come on, Brother Washington. Everybody lies occasionally, surely. Especially...
Please, everybody, I want y'all to pay close attention to this. This is deep. It's deep. Just check it out.
Politicians.
Not me. Not even so much as an alternative.
We must all be aware of fake news.
The people must be free to think what they like as well. We can have no thought police in our new society. The foundation stone of our new nation built on all those principles that we hold dear.
The plans for our new capital city already have a very Masonic feel to them, yeah.
Candidate for initiation into the order, I'm giving him a little introduction into some of our mysteries. These two gentlemen are founding an entire nation built.
This video is solely for educational purpose.
On our principles.
There we have great promises for our new nation. You know, I wonder if other presidents after me will also be Freemasons.
Many will be. And Freemasonry will become...
See, they're showing us his story, not history. They're showing us his story. Check it out.
Embedded in the American culture. And the eye will appear on the banknotes.
Oh, God.
These principles will be honored with a gift from your French brethren. A gift that will be a welcoming beacon to the poor and oppressed.
This is the statue we are giving you.
It's a bit small, isn't it?
Oh, this is a maquette. The real thing is bigger. Much, much bigger. I call her Liberty Enlightening the World.
Catchy.
America will produce a great many great...
And everybody, please go do the research on the Statue of Liberty. Do the research on what it means, what it stands for, how it even came about to be placed there, what country it came from, and why was it given to the United States of America.
Americans from many different walks of life and many different fields, and many will be Masons.
And not to jump off topic, but do y'all remember when Wendy Williams had that that little whole Hollywood thing she did on TV where she fell out and everything, and she had on a Statue of Liberty costume? I just told y'all they do everything for a reason. They do everything in signs and symbol. When they had her do that on a public stage, I just said like 2 or 3 times, they have to be on camera. They got to be on camera. Got to send these shock waves to our brain. So Wendy Williams had on the Statue of Liberty costume, and then she fell. That was their way of telling us that, well, y'all ain't got no more liberty. Your liberty is gone. That's what that meant. That's why when we got up in the morning, and people like myself that don't watch Wendy Williams, you got a lot that do. But you got people that don't. But the first thing that happened when we all woke up that morning and we went on social media, there go the brainwashing and the mind control. It was the main topic all over the country. All over the country, on television, social media, everything. They made sure we saw this. Couldn't escape it.
Sportsmen, actors, writers, soldiers, filmmakers,
what they're showing now, everybody that work in the secret society,
inventors, astronauts,
What on earth is an astronaut?
No, they're not.
I don't follow.
Well, they're not on Earth, they're in space. In fact, Brother Buzz Aldrin was the second man to walk upon the surface of the moon.
Now that's the best thing I've heard this evening.
What, that a Mason walked on the moon?
Man on the moon. Amazing. But don't forget the musicians. Do not forget.
I gotta pause it. I have to pause it. I wasn't even gonna pause it, but I have to right there. Look what just happened. Okay, let's keep it 1,000. They had this black guy walk up, and what does they talking about? All other type of stuff, astronauts and everything. But they had this coon walk straight up out of nowhere, probably up out the garbage can. And come up talking about what? The music industry. So now we can understand why so many blacks, look, y'all, this stuff is so controlled. Why do you think so many kids grow up and want to be in that industry? Most of us did. Why are we so brainwashed into growing up and want to be a basketball player? Why are we so brainwashed to growing up and want to be these things that they already have set for us? Why can't, I don't even say why we not allowed. I'm saying why we can't think of something else. And I challenge anybody to do it. We cannot do it, y'all. We've been too brainwashed. There's no way we can. We can't think of nothing other than what they told us. Y'all, we screwed. We can't think of nothing outside of this world. Why? Because they done locked us down. We're living on a prison planet.
Otherwise known as that rule of three again. The 3 degrees.
Freemasonry has burned as a blazing fire through the last 3 centuries.
All right, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop that right there. Y'all know how I do. We try to avoid what we can avoid, and you know, hey, our job is to get the whole family pointed in the right direction. So you know, the name of that video, you can find it. It's called Freemason Royal Ritual. I'm telling y'all, these people will not stop. What's up with it, Gerald Vanderballs? Mama Justice, how you doing? Tasha Harris. Everybody, appreciate everybody in the chat. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna revisit something because I have been getting I've been getting emails, you know, quite a few emails about something I mentioned the other night about a few nights ago when I was talking about, you know, Obama smoking crack, you know, and all this stuff. But people been, you know, asking me like, hey, you think that stuff true? And I said, hey, man, just do the research. But for me personally, yeah, I do. I think just about all of them do some type of heavy drug. It shows. It shows. But let me just run back through this.
Good afternoon. My name is Larry Sinclair. In regards to the Obama incident, I flew out of Colorado Springs, Colorado to Chicago on November 2nd, 1999, arriving in O'Hare early in the morning of November 3rd. I went to the Chicago area to attend the graduation of my God.
Even he arrived through Rosemont. Y'all just heard him. He arrived through O'Hare. That's Rosemont.
Son, my best friend's son, from basic training from the Great Lakes Navy Training Facility. I made reservations at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Gurnee, Illinois, based solely on the location to the training center. On November 5th, 1999, I hired the services of 5-Star Limousine. Excuse me. I had hired them both for November 5th and November 6th of 1999. On November 6, 1999...
And I'm going to let him do most of the time. I'm not going to play, it's 10 minutes long, but I'm not going to play it nowhere near that. I'm just going to play the most important part, and that's the part that's going now, and hopefully that can answer some questions.
I asked the limo driver, whose name I now reveal for the first time, Jagir Paramit Mutani, if he knew anyone who would like to socialize and show me Chicago. Mr. Mutani understood that I was looking for someone who knew Chicago and would enjoy socializing. Mr. Mutani said he knew someone who was a friend of his. On November 6, 1999, after picking me up at the hotel in Gurney, and this is significant, Mr. Mutani used his cell phone to make a call. That call was made to then Illinois State Senator Barack Obama to set up an introduction between myself and Senator Obama. Upon arriving at the bar and exiting the limo, Senator...
Man, I know I said I wasn't going to do no talking, but let me just brief this real quick. This dude right here just said he touched down, came through Rosemont in Chicago, made a few phone calls, limo driver, you know, somebody who want to party, you know, and all this stuff. And he called Obama. But, you know, when he partying, you know how they do. They trying to get some cocaine, and they sniff cocaine, smoke cocaine, and probably inject cocaine, and who knows what else. But listen to him.
Senator Obama was standing next to Mr. Mutani, and I was introduced to Senator Obama by name. Later that evening in a bar, which I believe was called Alibis, and I state believe because I have failed so far to get Citigroup to provide the credit card receipts that has the actual name. I mentioned I could use a line or two to wake up. Senator Obama asked me if I was referring to coke, and I stated I was. After stating I was, Obama stated he could purchase cocaine for me and then made a telephone call. This too is significant, from a cell phone to a presently unknown individual, during which Senator Obama arranged the cocaine purchase. Senator Obama and I then departed the bar in my limousine and proceeded to an unknown location where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me.
I gotta pause it again, y'all. Didn't I just tell y'all that Chicago is full of bullshitters? Now I'm not expecting everybody to know what I'm about to say. No, about what I'm finna speak on, but a lot of y'all do. Now, we all know, like I said, some of us may know and some may not. But I gotta say this because it's gonna only add strength to what I just said. Chicago's full of it. It's a lot of people in Chicago that's full of it. It's a lot of real people here. I'm talking about men, women, even the youth. It's all good, but it's a lot of that other side here too. Just keeping it real. All right, now we all know that an 8-ball of cocaine doesn't cost the price that the amount of money that this guy just gave to Obama. But that's what Obama made him think it cost. Didn't I just tell y'all? See, we can expect Obama to have that trait. Look what he's into. What business he's in. He's the president. Running around on the streets of Chicago, in the hood, on the north side.
Limousine and proceeded to an unknown location where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine, after which I had the driver...
He just said Obama pulled his crack pipe out, started smoking it, and while he was smoking it, he performed fellatio on Obama. Do I believe it? Hell yeah. I tell you, I don't put nothing past these people. Nothing. And y'all shouldn't either.
Take me to my hotel, the Comfort Suites, Gurney, Illinois. The following day, November 7th, 1999, Senator Obama appeared at my hotel room, unannounced, uninvited, where we again ingested cocaine and I again performed fellatio on Senator Obama.
I'm gonna stop it right there. You can find this on YouTube easily. I don't even have to tell you the type. But yeah, they yeah, they do those things. But okay, here it is. A lot of us gonna say, what, Obama don't smoke crack? I mean, I'm not attacking people that may have been through that. It's none of that. And I feel like y'all already know that's not what I'm doing. But my point is to prove that we got people such as Jedediah Brown, Obama, and the rest of them, all these politicians. I'm telling y'all, they just a game that's going against people like us. So in the normal society, we are brainwashed to look down on people that got drug problems when we shouldn't. We're so quick to look down on them instead of reaching out a helping hand. I know, okay, we can only do what we can do, but hey, look at these people that we got in position of power. They way more worse than the normal people. They showing it. They showing and proving it every day. Every day. Now, I want to touch off into something else. Have anybody ever heard of the church called the Church of Scientology? That's sort of like a new church, basically like a new religion. Have anybody ever heard of that? It's called Church of Scientology. It's a lot of celebrities. Just to you know, touch on it. It's a lot of celebrities. You know, a lot of hires. Okay, yeah, all right. Truly Blessed, what's good with it? Yeah, Truly Blessed said, yeah. All right, now, the Church of Scientology is a where a lot of celebrities and big name people, you know, higher ups and all them. They this is a church that they started, but y'all, this not no normal church. These people have been caught. I'm talking about, like, for real, for real. These people been caught trying to steal, you know, top, supposedly be top government documents, you know, and all this stuff, plotting against the people, you know, and all this type of stuff. But it's strange to me that, first of all, here they is trying to start a new church. And not, like I said, not just a new church, a new religion, so to speak. Because that's what they're trying to do. They pushing their ideologies and everything, basically. And all it is brainwashing. It's brainwashing. But I was just so thrown off from it. I wanted to know a little bit more. So what I'm about to do real quick, y'all, I'm about to call one of these churches here in Chicago, and it's called the Church of Scientology. And I just want to ask them a few questions, because before I do that, let's get this. All right, now, let's just pick a average church, mosque, or whatever it is, a religious establishment, and we just wanted to go in and ask simple questions. Just being regular people off the street, we want to go in and ask simple questions. Maybe we doing a documentary or a story or whatever on it. We just want to go into these places and ask, logical questions. So that's what we're going to do. That's the approach we're about to use. And I just want to see they respond. I want to see how they're going to respond to us. And I want y'all to do the research on those of you who are not familiar with it, on Church of Scientology. That's what they call. And research, the people that's involved in it and everything.
Good afternoon, Church of Scientology. How may I help you?
Hello, how you doing? Is this the Church of Scientology in Chicago?
Yes.
All right, how you doing?
Fine.
I'm a filmmaker, and actually I'm working on a documentary, and it's about different branches of churches within the cities of Chicago. And your church came, it came to my company, and we would like to do some research on your church. We would like to come in, ask you guys a few questions, about, what you are about, and, just give us some basic information and history on, your church. You call it the Church of Scientology, right?
Right.
Okay. And can you just briefly tell me what you're about?
No, I'm the receptionist, and I don't talk like that on the phone because I have to answer 4 or 5 different lines. You can go to www.scientology.tv and find out anything you want to know. Or if you have Direct TV, you can go to Direct TV channel 320. We have a new Scientology network, and it will tell you everything you want to know.
Okay, so I just another quick question. I understand you're busy. So can just like me and a couple of my camera guys and my microphone guy, can we come in with cameras and stuff and just do a little filming and ask you guys a few questions?
Not right now, because we're getting ready to move.
You getting ready to change locations?
Yes.
How long you been there?
30 years.
And you're gonna move it between.
Hold the line.
Hello? Y'all see? I'm telling y'all. I hung up. And y'all, this stuff is no joke. This stuff is no joke. They can't even talk about it over the phone. Soon as I got said, come on in that filming, and bam, she got up off that line. And I can guarantee y'all, she wasn't coming back to the phone. Phone call was a wrap. That conversation was a wrap. They've been there 30 years. We call, and now they moving. Do y'all feel me? Y'all do. We living in a strange place, y'all. Living in a strange place. So since she didn't want to tell us, let's do our own little research real quick, see what they about. Y'all know how we do. Let's go.
As a young journalist working in New York in the late 60s and early 70s, Paulette Cooper stumbled into Scientology.
I became interested after a friend of mine joined, told me he was Jesus Christ. And then I went to the person who got him in and I said, he thinks he's Christ now. What's going on? And this other guy said, well, maybe he really is. So I thought, this would be something to investigate. And that's how I started.
She filed a piece for Queen magazine in London, and the harassment started soon after.
I was in New York at the time, and I picked up the phone and got the first of several death threats. And that's how I knew.
Hey, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because these people are funny, y'all. These people funny as hell. How can you go into something that you think is so peaceful and, all of this, and then we're not even, y'all, we 42 seconds into the video and she talking about receiving death threats. 42 seconds.
That the article had come out. And then I found so much information that I simply expanded it into what was the first book that I wrote.
That book was The Scandal of Scientology, one of the first critical books on the subject. Paulette Cooper had no idea what she was getting herself into.
And I got to say this, y'all. Now, had that would have been any other kind of church, they probably would have not been so quick to say, yeah, we can come in and film it and all this. And they would have even limit, what they said to us over the phone. But I bet you, just being a regular old church or something, she wouldn't have been that stiff with us. Y'all know what I'm saying. She wouldn't have been that stiff. The receptionist wouldn't have been that stiff. How are you going to be the receptionist and you can't even tell us nothing? You can't tell us nothing? We can call any place. You can call a doctor office. You can call anywhere. The receptionist is going to be able to tell you something. That's their job, to handle the clients. handle the callers. But in this place, they can't even do that.
They sued me 19 times all over the world, put me through 50 days of depositions. They sent a lot of horrible anonymous smear letters about me. For example, to all the neighbors in my building, they sent, it was 300 people. They sent a letter saying that I was a prostitute with venereal disease.
Y'all, this supposed to be in the church. This supposed to be a church. They make it so bad, a new church that they popping up with everywhere. It ain't shocking that they put something like that in Chicago. We know what Chicago's about.
Had sexually molested a 2-year-old baby girl. They found out that I had been in a period of slight depression and had seen a psychiatrist, so they robbed the psychiatrist and got my records and sent that to everybody.
See, a lot of us, some of us may be saying, well, how she know they did all that? See, y'all, when we did, a lot of stuff don't be hard to figure out, especially when you're dealing with stupid people. The stuff don't be hard to figure out. It's just like some coming up missing up out your house. You know who got access to your house. See, something as simple as that. That type of stuff don't be hard to figure out. Even you could be in school, something coming up missing up out your locker or anything. Somebody move your phone. These simple things that we know. She know who's supposed to have her doctor records, her medical records. She know these people pop up with it. So it's only a few ways that they can get it. Either they steal it or they was just willingly given. It was willingly given to them. They ain't just gonna magically appear in their hands. But that's what they'll want us to think.
I knew.
Scientology's founder, L. Ron
Hubbard,
Hubbard,
want us to think it was the Carbonaro effect.
that ordered his followers to attack critics by any means possible. The fair game policy, written by Hubbard, decreed that enemies of Scientology may be deprived of property or injured by any means by any Scientologist without any discipline of the Scientologist, may be tricked, sued, or lied to, or destroyed. As part of this policy, the Church of Scientology attempted to get Paulette Cooper incarcerated by framing her for a bomb threat she had nothing to do with.
The worst.
See how willing, I mean, how far they willing to go just to destroy somebody. And that's what we call nowadays hating, y'all. Believe it or not, y'all, hating is a disease. If you're hating on somebody, your ass got a disease. I'm going to say that again. If you're hating on someone, that's a disease that you have. No other way to say it. You've been stricken with the hating disease. That's why I never understood how can men hate on other men. That's something that I never done. Because I could get what you got or more. I never understood how can men be hating on other men. Same thing with women. There's no need for hating. It's a disease.
Thing that they did was that they stole my stationery. They got my fingerprint on a piece of paper, and then they sent bomb threats to themselves. And they had me arrested for a terrorist crime that I not only didn't commit, but I didn't know what was going on. And I was arrested and I was indicted, and I was up for 15 years in jail. And it was just the most horrible, horrible time in my life.
The harassment took a terrible toll on Paulette Cooper. She started drinking too much, taking prescription drugs, and came close to taking her own life. Her trial was postponed as more evidence came to light. When the FBI raided the Church of Scientology in 1977 for stealing swathes of government documents,
Can I just tell y'all that?
conspiracy to frame Paul F. Cooper was uncovered.
In the raid, the documents, they found something that said along the line of conspired to frame Miss Lovely, which was the code name that Hubbard gave to me.
I'm gonna stop there right there, y'all. That's crazy, and I believe it because they're just that dumb. They probably went in there and found the document that we just heard it with her name on it and what they was gonna do in full detail. That's how dumb these people are. That's how dumb they are. Another thing I want to touch on, y'all know how I've been speaking on lately about how they just steady telling us all of our information been hacked from Facebook, you know, and stuff like that. And y'all, we can't ignore this stuff because they doing it on the regular. They doing it on the regular. What's good with it, Miss Danielle? They doing this stuff on the regular. Passport. Look. Every time we look up, they telling us our personal information been stolen. And I just told y'all, so if we know that that's happening, then who's stealing our information and what are they doing with it? It can be somebody living as us, who knows where, maybe in another country, maybe even here in the United States, but we don't know what these people doing with our information. But we can't take that stuff lightly. It's a reason they doing it. Now, you know, the government tell us that the internet and these social sites that we put our personal information on, it's the most protected, you know, sites in you know, in the country or whatever. But look what's happening. So if they telling us that and this stuff still happening, then, you know, when we start thinking logically, the only thing we can think of is they're the one behind it. Y'all creating the stuff, so come on now. But look, this what Facebook is doing, and I urge, you know, all of y'all to, you know, talk to some attorneys and just speak on about this stuff. Come on now, this like you going to apply to anywhere. You go into any company and you giving them your personal information. You giving them your state ID, your driving license, your social security number, and all this stuff, and then they allow it to be stolen. Some type of legal action should be taken for real. Because if it was us, they'd get down on us, and y'all know it.
All of this follows reports over the weekend that Facebook may have mishandled data from more than 50 million users. That allowed Cambridge Analytica, a consulting firm once employed by the campaigns of Donald Trump and Ted Cruz, to access data to try to sway users' votes. More on this now from Nicholas Thompson, editor-in-chief of Wired magazine and a CBS News contributor.
The revelations that have panicked Facebook executives and spooked its investors started here at London-based Cambridge Analytica's offices. The brainchild of now 28-year-old co-founder turned self-claimed whistleblower Christopher Wiley. He claims the research firm used voters' social media data to influence them.
All of these pieces of information put together, right, create a portrait, a digital portrait of who you are.
Cambridge Analytica worked for Senator Ted Cruz and then for Donald Trump.
Now, let me stop right there. Do y'all recall me saying about a week ago that the way these social media sites are set up, and if somebody wanted to just, you know what kind of person you are, know what moves you, know what gets you down, know anything about you, all I gotta do is go on your Facebook page and start checking out your posts, because a lot of people put everything about them on those social media sites. So it's not hard to go on some people's Facebook pages and learn a lot about them. It's not. And that's what they're doing to us. You know a lot about us. I told y'all that's why they ask for access when you download Facebook. That's why they ask for access to your microphone, because they want to hear what you're saying. And then after they record what you're saying, you log in on your Facebook page right after I was just saying, man, I got a taste for a pizza from Pizza Hut. Next thing you know, I go on Facebook, scroll down my timeline, I see an advertisement from Pizza Hut.
The idea was to put 2016 political advertising on steroids by very specifically targeting certain people. Here's how it happened. In 2014, a company called Global Science Research used Facebook to distribute a personality quiz to analyze whether users were extroverted or neurotic. The company said it was doing it just for research purposes, but it actually harvested the psychological data from all the users and with permission got access to some of the data on their Facebook friends.
So if we know this, and most of us do, if we know that they're doing these type of tests and stuff on Facebook, we go on Facebook, we like, oh, another test, and then it may look fun, you know, and all this stuff. But all they're doing is monitoring the way that we think, the way we respond, what moves us, what gets our attention. How can they wheel us in? How can they knock us back? How can they knock us down? Not just knock us down, how can they keep us down?
And sold the data to Cambridge Analytica, which used it to create targeted political advertising. In total,
there it is. So they do all this stuff, and then election time come around, they play their tricks, and
some 50 million Americans may have been impacted.
It scaled really quickly. We spent over $1 million on it. So it wasn't cheap, but in terms of the amount of data that was collected and the quality of that data, it was a rare example of where something was, fast, relatively cheap, but high quality.
Stop right there. Y'all know we gotta escape the drama, but do some research on it, y'all. I've been speaking on it lately. And again, I just talk to an attorney to see if y'all can take some steps, towards Facebook and Googling them, because they all doing it together. They all in it together. All they want to do is what they doing to us. What's good with it, Faith DS? Appreciate everybody in the chat. To all the new people, to the guests, to the few guests we got in the house. You see the name Mama Justice rolling up the chat. That's the queen of us, the mother of us all. So we all respect her. Heavenly. And we respect each other. That's what we're about over here. Imagine that. How you doing? Angela Brown. My brother Robert Champion. How you doing? Those yellow hearts. Mama Justice came up with a good one for us with them yellow hearts, y'all. It means peace. It means, can't nobody darken our days. Can't nobody we'll never allow again for nobody to darken any mission that we decide to take on. Our days are bright ahead of us. Mean all of that. All positivity. And we thank Mama Justice for coming up with that. We'll get ready to punch up out of here, y'all. Appreciate everybody that came in. I always do. I love each and every last one of y'all. Mama Justice, I will be talking to you later. Appreciate Queen Nina Ray for dropping that link. I hope everybody, Nina Ray, can you drop the Queen's channel in there too, y'all? We got for some of you that may not know, the Queen's got a channel. And Nina Ray is about to drop the link. So please go over there and subscribe to the Queen's channel, because these sisters got a lot for us. I guarantee you we won't be disappointed. There's no way we could be disappointed, because everywhere we go, we roll as a family. All you sisters and queens, y'all keep y'all security tight. Don't allow nothing, especially nothing that I'm supposed to be in. Lock it down. Kings, we on guard. I'm out.
They give me reason to believe I'm here for somebody, for someone. They make me feel so joyous. Happiness ain't a word to describe what I feel. Like when I try to give it up, sick and tired of all this stuff. They give me a reason to keep going and going. Like when I feel like I should quit, I keep going and going and going.
He said, she said, he said, she said, he said, she said, I'm not really with that. He said, she said, he said, she said, ask that little bitch on my dictate. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, I run in the trap like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. She said, ask that little bitch on my dictate. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, run in the trap like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. She said, I said, little bitch on my dictate. I'm not really with that. He said, she said, run in the trap like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. I wake up, I put on my clothes, time to go check me a roll. You texting me, shit to me, nothing, I really tell nothing is something, nothing is love. I used to be born like a bitch, I was ugly. These bitches that they wanna touch me, now none of these bitches can touch me. The talent you thought I was spending alone, I was working the phone. The talent you thought I was bugging, I was just checking my money. Yeah, the talent you thought I was down and out, I was not in the drought. I get that dope and ship it out, I'm American gangster. I'm a Victoria's Secret, I got the key to the streets. I got some niggas be trapping, they want it, they coming to me. Look, that bitch said she want me to fuck with this like I be fucking the beat. I told her that me and my niggas gon' be there 23. My diamonds come away from the Mayans and I run the street with some lions. I trap like I want me to Kanye and rap like I want me to rap. There's no shit on the internet, you ain't gon' say to my face. Look, these industry niggas be pussy and I'm trying to give me a taste. She said, I said, little bitch, I might do that. I'm not really okay, he said, she said. Running the trap like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. She said, I said, little bitch, I might do that. I'm not really with that, he said, she said. Running the trap like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. Trapping, that's my reputation. I like trapping, that's my reputation. I like flipping cars, reputation. They know me, they know my reputation. I like kissing bitches, reputation. I get missing bitches, reputation. Flipping money, reputation. They know me, they know my reputation. You fucking dog, reputation. I'm gonna swing first, repetition. I'm gonna kill a first, repetition. They know me, they know my repetition. Like a James, repetition. I turn my grandma house to trap house, that's my reputation. I got court cases, shit on cases, reputation. They know me, they know my reputation. She said, I said, little bitch, I might do that. I'm not really with that, he said, she said. Running the trap like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. She said, I said, little bitch, I might do that. I'm not really with that, he said, she said. Running the trap like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. He said, she said, he said, he said, she said, he said, she said. I'm not really with that, he said, she said. I'm not really with that, he said, she said. He said, she said, ask that little bitch on my dictates. I'm not really with that, he said, she said. Running the trap like relay, get it to the mail like eBay. She said, body busy like the top of lot. She said, body niggas like the top of lot. She said, she said, I'm not really with that, he said, she said. Body niggas like the top of lot. Body busy like the top of lot. Yeah, he said, she said, he said, she said. Hey, we ain't got no real statement about this. Yeah.